What I love about working with you, Magnus, is that you're not just a musician. You also have, because you went to business school, a deep knowledge and passion for scientifically testing hypotheses like myself. Teach us about your music brand scan methodology and what your definition of a brand fit music is.
Yeah, sure. I think the first time when we really got a big assignment was when the department store in Stockholm contacted us and they wanted background music for the whole department store, and we sat down with the marketing team, and the brief we got that was that they wanted flirty and sexy and happy music. And just looked at ourselves and like questions mark, because it's very vague brief to create music, like thousands of songs that should be sexy and flirty. And so we went back to our chambers and started to think of other ways to give our clients a tool so that they could more easily explain or communicate what type of music should be played in their store or restaurant. And we came to the conclusion that when looking at a brand, what the element in a brand that can most easily be translated into music is the brand personality. All brands that have a marketing department usually have a brand personality as a part of the brand platform. So we sat down and started mapping out different personality types to certain types of music, and created a model that we then called the brand scan, where basically you can by identifying your brand personality, we can then based on those personality traits select music, because the brand personality types that we have identified and where that the user can choose from all maps to certain types of music, and that was very fruitful for us, because then the marketing people could still speak their language around their brand that they were used to talking about the brand in, and we could then sit down and focus on the music where our expertise was. So that was the first time when we were basically forced to come up with this model to be able to deliver something valuable for the client.
Run us through that. I'm a brand, I come to you. How do you go from this process steps?
Sure. The first step is, of course, like I mentioned, to really look at your brand personality that you usually have defined if you own the brand. So with that knowledge, we then sit down and make the client have choosing various opposite personality traits, and then they have to choose if they are an elegant or rugged brand, if they are a modern or more traditional brand, are they more discreet or more expressive, are they more technological or more human. And we have a set of these pairs where they are opposite personality traits that the user or client have to choose from, and then we use those personality traits then to put together background music, and that's the first step. And then of course we have the customers, because in the end they are the ones who are going to listen to the music and perceive the brand in a certain way, the way that we want them to perceive the brand. So it's important to look at the target group of the client and kind of analyze what type of music they are used to listening to, so they can understand and relate to the music that is being played. If there's an old person that just listened to jazz and you then end up just playing modern electronic dance music, we will not be able to really communicate to that target group. So it's important to choose music that is relevant to the target group. And then finally, also it's very important to look at the business, what kind of business you're running. I mean, playing heavy metal at a spa, it makes no sense. So if you have a spa, of course, there's certain types of music that fits that type of business. And the same goes if you're a gym or if you're a bar or a retail store. I mean, each business type have their own like music prerequisites that applies.